Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for being here. So, here we go. Today we have video number one. We are going to talk about our journey of wholeness, our journey of wellness together from Candida yeast overgrowth in our guts and also chemical sensitivity. And if you notice that our journey is of wellness. It's not to something. So we're not going to a place we are already on this path. We're already on this path of recovery together. And I want to talk about setting the stage for that in this video. And I want to just give you a little bit of background information about me. So what happened in 2016, I literally almost died. I was on my deathbed, and the devil was telling me that I was going to die, and I believed him. And I was all alone in my suffering, and my journey of wellness was 3.5 years. And it doesn't have to be that way for you. It doesn't have to, because you're not alone. And that's something that's really important to understand, that you are created in God's image. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are unique and special and have a calling on your life. And so we are going to, time is of the essence, and we are going to do this together so that we can begin to get out into the world and show our leadership, share our stuff. And that's what I want to do, is that I've been healed from this, and I want to share with other people what has happened. For me, I want it to be easier for people because it was a long and lonely journey, and it can get lonely, and I can get very negative by myself. I'm just looking down at a couple of notes I took to make sure I cover everything. Okay, in setting the stage, say you have felt like you were suffering and sick, so you went to different doctors and you would spend money and they would give you a plan of action, and you would take it regardless of what you thought. But as we've gotten sick and gotten older, we have accumulated a lot of ideas about how things should be. And so as we're setting the stage, think of all the props being taken away. And so there's nothing on the stage except for us, just you alone on the stage, and you sit down in a chair and there's nothing there. And so now you're going to get a King James Version Bible. And you can, read online for now. You can order it online. You can buy it. Whatever you need to do, a King James Version Bible. And then the next thing we're going to do is take Psalm 23 as our medication. The Bible says that the Word of God is health to all our flesh. And we're going to begin, and this is something that I've done. Everything I'm saying, everything that I'm sharing is what I've done myself. And so we're going to begin to take Psalm 23 as our antibiotic. We're not going to take what the doctors are giving us. I'm not saying don't go to the doctors. I'm saying this is the antibiotic, and the prescription is to take it 5 times a day. To sit down and read it, breathe it in as medicine. And I will type it up, the story behind it a little bit, and it'll be a free resource, and I will give that to you. I've given a lot of you already different resources, and that is another one that I want you to have. So just email me. It's a living a living example at yahoo.com. And I'm hoping, if I did everything right, that that will be at the bottom of the screen, that will be a way that you can contact me and just let me know what resources you need and where you are in your journey, and what kind of stuff, like if I can be of service to you, in any way, any questions you might have or anything like that. But Psalm 23, that's very important. Also, another resource I'm going to type up, if you want it, are 20 different healing scriptures that I I need to be meditating on those each day. So we're on the stage. There's nothing there except you in a chair. Now you have your King James Version Bible and a little stand, maybe a glass of water, and you have 20 healing scriptures printed out, and you have Psalm 23 printed out as well. And you're going to read those. You're going to read those every day, and that's what you're going to focus on. You're not going to spend a lot of time on the internet Googling Googling all this misinformation about Candida. And this is what got me started and got me frustrated, is because, when I got sick in 2016, I did not have internet, and I am very, very fortunate, that I didn't have all of that misinformation to cloud my journey, because I saw a video of some young girl who probably never had Candida overgrowth in her life. And she was giving so much misinformation, and it angered me. It angered me and makes me sad, because when we are sick and we are in this condition and no one seems to understand what we're going through, we are so vulnerable and so desperate. And we don't need to do that anymore. We don't need to spend money and to search, because the answer is right here, and so that's what we're going to start doing, is we're going to start with Psalm 23 and healing scriptures. We're going to find ways, if we do spend time on the internet, positive things. We're going to do things that calm our central nervous system, like breathing exercises, stretching, sitting in the sun. This is a time to make a commitment to yourself. I'd never done that before. In 2016, when I got sick, I had never done that before. And my youngest son was 15. And I know a lot of you have toddlers and husbands and jobs and different things, but this has to be ultimately about you and your journey of recovery. This has to be about you. Okay. Oh, I wanted to talk about resistance, because a lot of times, I'm resistant. I took a spit test, and my Candida is in my gut again. And really, the Candida diet for someone like us, that has this Candida, we're prone to this. We really need to be doing this diet, every 3 months, and then just having a die off and having a general lifestyle. And so I didn't do that. I mean, the way I've been eating for the last several months has been really bad. And there's a lot of resistance, because I know what I'm going to have to do, that I'm going to have to not drink coffee, and I love my coffee, and I'm going to have to change a lot of things. And what tends to happen, I think, with me and with other people, is that when I have resistance, I resist the resistance, and there becomes like this fight internally inside of me, and that's not good, And so what I'm here to say is to not resist the resistance. So the resistance is a character in my play and needs to be right there on stage. I welcome resistance. I embrace resistance. I mean, nothing grows without resistance. There's something that you can look at Google online, resistance. Even a little flower growing in the spring, there's going to be resistance. Any growth, it's just natural. It's just the way God created things. And so it needs to be a part of this journey with me is the truth. There's going to be resistance every step of the way, and no beating myself up. And y'all are so blessed because you have your Facebook group and you have each other. And that leads to another thing that I want to talk about. I need to take a drink of water. The other thing I want to talk about is support for yourself during this. And your Facebook group is great. And now you have me, as well on your side and sharing my experiences with you. But I'm talking about joining a 12-step group for codependence or adult children or any outside issues that you might have, drinking, whatever you need is for, there's an option. Also, if you have a medical card, you can get a therapist or a counselor that you can meet virtually to help you through this journey. Whatever you need to do, that's something for you to think about. So there's a little bit of homework. So think about that. Think about ways that you can get support during this journey and write that out. There's something that happens when we actually write it, not think about it. So write that out. The other thing is on a piece of paper, try to keep on the left side of the paper, write all the symptoms you've been having. Because the goal here, we're going to keep the right side blank because, because later on, we're going to see how these symptoms, begin to dissipate. There is hope and there is light at the end of the tunnel, but write about hope, write about where your hope is, because that's what we need. We need to start gaining hope and write about where you are because, when I've spent all my money and I've gone to all these doctors and nobody understands, I begin to lose hope. So write about that and write about your belief system, where you are right now with your belief, because that's going to change, so be prepared for that. Oh, and write about all the things that you have tried. I've gone to this doctor, I gone to this naturopath, I went to this chiropractor or whatever, and how much money it cost, and really look at what you've done. But see, that is your past. So after you write that, you can burn it. And I love the seeing that picture of burning it. But sometimes, especially if you have chemical sensitivity, the smell of the burning bothers you. So just throw it away or rip it up. But be really intentional about that. Flush it, whatever you need to do for yourself. During this, I wanted to say that laughter, of course, is one of the really good medicines. It's not the best medicine, but it is good medicine. So, watch some funny videos. Michael Jr. Is a great comedian. Watch a sitcom that you like. Everybody loves Raymond, or Everybody Hates Chris, or Seinfeld, or Parks and Recreation, or whatever, watch that and laugh because you need to be really positive during this time. Stay away from, I think I already covered this, but it's really important. Stay away from all the, if you have Wi-Fi, like I have grounded internet, so when I just plug it in, it's on, and I take it, so it doesn't affect me. This is an aluminum foil inside this bandana tied around my neck. These are blue lights. I mean, I limit my time. I even turn off the refrigerator. Sometimes the electricity from that bothers me. But be really mindful. If you happen to have Wi-Fi, turn it off at night. Limit your time and your exposure to the internet at this time. I think that's really all I wanted to talk about. I've sent many of you the spit test. And I certainly will do that again. Again, just email me for these resources: Psalm 23, the Healing Scriptures, the Spit Test, my email, alivingexample@yahoo.com. Um, like this video, subscribe to it. That's going to help me and let you know when I post another video. Um, so what I'm going to do, it's going to be, okay, so now we're setting the stage, and what's going to happen is this is already the middle of the day. So we're going to take all day tomorrow just kind of to do this, everything that I've already talked about, okay? And I would say, this may not sound great to you, but I would say eat whatever the heck you want. Do whatever you want. Because it's going to change the following morning. So tomorrow's Friday. So Saturday morning, you're going to wake up and you're going to take that spit test to get confirmation of whether or not you have the Candida yeast overgrowth in your gut. And then we're going to go forward. So the next video that I make will be about the next stage in our journey of recovery. And it'll be specifically about more of a Candida diet that we can all do together. And I'll be doing it right with you. I will be doing it right with you. I threw away some stuff, brownies, um, dark chocolates. I threw away some things. I drank some grape juice yesterday. I thought, oh goodness, I'm not going to be able to drink that. So it's going to be a big change for me as well. But I know we can do it. I know we can do it together with God's help. I think that's really, really it. I have a side business. I'm not trying to promote it necessarily like, hey, I don't, it's not like a big money maker for me at this point. But the reason I joined and started selling these products is because it's right in line with every single stage of what we're doing, of what I've been doing since 2016. So when I found this company that I'm now a part of, I knew it was a God thing, and I almost thought it was too good to be true, like that I was dreaming. I couldn't believe it. So I have a list of maybe about 10 different products that would be really helpful, in this setting the stage, going on to the next stage, and through, the Candida die off. So yeah, please email me with any questions and make a commitment to yourself. Make a commitment to yourself, and know that this is something that can be accomplished. It's not going to take very long. Time is of the essence. We are going to have a Candida die-off, and it is going to happen sooner than later. And we're going to do that together. And thank you so much for watching. Blessings.